Okay, guys. Now, in the last video that we watched, I showed you guys how to insert a map. So we ended up at this place here where we had a map inserted. For this video, what I want to do is I want to show you how to put some graphics on this map. So we got this map from the internet. I'm going to zoom in just a touch. There we go. Okay, so remember that you are going to invent the details about your tornado. So you get to decide what city it's in. I've chosen Detroit for mine. You get to decide where it's going to start, how fast it's going, what direction it's going, and all that stuff. So first thing I want to do is I want to show where the tornado is at. So remember that when we saw the weatherman, he had like a weather map, and so you could see like where the tornado was. I can't really put that on, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a shape on. So in Pages, if you go up to the very top, and hopefully you guys can see this, maybe you can't, but you can see shape right up here at the top. So I'm going to click on shape, and it gives me a bunch of options. Now I noticed as I was looking at this, really the options, they're all the same, they're just different colors. Let's do red. Now this triangle, if I could make it upside down, would look kind of like a tornado. So that's going to be my tornado. Now I want to flip it. So I'm going to go over here to the right, and this is under my face, but you want to click on Arrange. So click on Arrange. And so you got Style, Text, Arrange. There's a bunch of different stuff. Arrange, though, is going to allow you to, it's the stuff about where it's at and what it looks like. So what I want to do is I want to flip it. So I'm going to do the vertical flip. So I do that. Hey, now it's upside down. Cool. If I wanted to, I could have rotated it and stuff like that. I could flip it another way, but I don't want to rotate it. I just want to have it flipped. Now this is too big. This is gigantic, so I'm just going to drag a corner. Now, when you drag, you can change the shape of it to make it more tornado-like. You can make it long and skinny, or make it fat, or whatever. If you want to hold the, if you're ever changing the shape and you want it to stay the same proportions, hold down the Shift button. And Shift only makes it bigger or smaller. It doesn't change the proportions. Now I'm going to make it sort of like tornado shaped, like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to have my tornado start in this town called Novi. You start yours wherever you want. My tornado is going to be here to start with. Now I can't see the word Novi now, and I don't like that much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to the right. Now I'm going to click on the Style tab up top. I know it's behind my face, but Style tab is what I want. All right, so Style. And now what I want to do is see this opacity. All right, so watch what opacity does to the tornado. If I make it less, it's going to get see-through. Oh, yeah, okay. It's more than it's... So opaque means I can't see through it. So opacity, I'm going to make it less opaque so I can just see Novi through there. Okay, now I've got my tornado. Great. Now, the other thing I need to put on is the path of the tornado. So if you recall on the video, the weatherman, he sort of drew this this big path. So you get to choose what path your tornado is going to take. I think mine's going to kind of go north and east a little bit towards Charter Township of Clinton. And it's going to have Sterling Heights and Warren and some of those things in it. So I'm actually going to use the same shape again this time. Let's use a different color. Let's use... green. Okay, green. Now this time what I want to do is I'm going to go to Arrange again. And instead of flipping it, I'm going to rotate it. And that's about the angle I want. So I'm going to go like this, and I'll start it right here on Novi. All right, and then I'm going to, so that's about the path I want it to take. I'll adjust it again. Okay, maybe just a little wider. Perfect, like that. Okay, so that's the path I wanted to take. And what I'm going to do is, again, I can't see any of the names under there, so I'm going to go back to Style, and I'm going to decrease the opacity again so that I can see through it. And so that's going to show me all right, well, I should definitely put in Birmingham, Sterling Heights, Warren, and Charter Township of Clinton. Now, what I'm going to do is I want all those things to stay together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, and I'm going to start a box outside on the gray, and I'm just going to draw a box around everything. So notice now that it has selected all the map and both my triangles. I'm going to right click and I'm going to group them. Now what that does is it moves everything together. So this is the picture that I want. Now for this, let's see. I think that I'm going to move my picture up just a little bit. And the next thing I need is a text box because I need, if you remember on there, it tells me when and where my things are going to be. So actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the text box on. No, I'll do the text box now. Let's do it now. Really, what I need is a table, right? So let's do a table. Oh, nice. Now, can I make the table go over the top? I can change that. All right. So right now, it won't let me put the table over the top of this thing. So I can change that. All right. So I'm gonna go to arrange over here. In text wrap, it says in line with text. Maybe I'll move my face out of the way so you guys can see that. In line with text. And I'm going to change that to none. What that means now is that I can put this thing wherever I want. So it can sit over the top. I can do whatever I want with it. Now, I don't need so many columns, so I'm going to reduce my number of columns to 2. I'm going to have time and location. And let's see. I want to. I don't know my times and locations yet. You guys will fill the times and locations in, so I'm not gonna like. I know that I'm gonna have Birmingham, and I know I'm gonna have then Warren, and I'm gonna have Sterling Heights, and I'm gonna have Charter TWP Clinton. Okay. Perfect. If I needed to add rows, I would just do this and I would add a row on, but I don't need it, so I'm going to leave it just like that. Okay, so the next thing I can do, I can make this smaller because it doesn't need to be that big. I can adjust things like that. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I can go to text and I can change, so I can make that bold and make my time bold. Play around with it, guys, whatever you want to. I'm going to highlight, let's see. I'm going to highlight these two. I'm going to center them, maybe underline them. I can also go to, let's see, table, and I don't want to mess with outlines. So, fill. Yeah, I can fill my cells. So I can make these purple. Perfect. Okay, so now I can put my table, and it can be whatever color you want. I can put my table something like this. Now, you guys will want to fill in times. I don't know what they're going to be, but you need to be able to tell me what they are. So you'll be able to put your time in here. I don't know what it is, 5, 10 p.m. Whatever. It does. It's whatever you calculate. And then finally, after all this, once you have your tornado, you have your path, and you've got a table with the locations, the last thing I'm going to want, and you can just type it straight in here, is I want an explanation. I want you to tell me what the velocity is. So you'll say like velocity of tornado, and you'll tell me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like 1.2 kilometers per minute. And then I also need a how to calculate velocity. And so in that section, I want you to type for me in complete sentences, how did you calculate the velocity? So you're going to tell me where the tornado was, where it is now, and then how you know where it's headed. So that's how to do this stuff. Make sure you're asking me questions if you need them. All right, that's the end of the video.